Hello, welcome back to these videos where we answer why questions from our students and our customers on YouTube, our viewers on YouTube, sorry. Of course, today's question is, why do people have hiccups? Asked by Sena. She's my GPWU student, Guma Prefecture Women's University, fourth year student, I think, right? Yes, fourth year. She should be graduating soon. In Japan, they graduate in March. So it's a great question. I mean, she has a lot of hiccups, same as me. So, of course, hiccups are an irritation of the diaphragm. I'll explain later why that happens. There are several reasons, four or five. And also, at the end of the video, I'll give you a tip how to fix your hiccups. A tip that always works with me and always works with my students. So please do stay tuned for that. So of course, hiccups are amazing, and there are two kinds of hiccups. So there are what's called transient, which only lasts a few seconds to a few minutes, transient, and there are long-lasting, which are called persistent. Yes, persistent, which means at least 48 hours long. People call it hiccup. For example, here, Charles Osborne, of course, he holds the record. This is very famous from Nebraska. 68 years he hiccuped. As you can see, he was born in 1894. In 1922, yes, his hiccups began when he fell while working at on a farm in Nebraska. And after he fell, for 68 years, doctors couldn't fix his hiccups. And as you can see here, Osborne's hiccups occurred between 20 and 40 times a minute. Can you imagine that if you're hiccuping about 30 times? So every 2 seconds you have to hiccup for most of your life, 68 years. So of course you can see he hiccuped 430 million times. Yes, doctors believe said that maybe he ruptured a brain vessel in his head, which is actually one of the reasons, well, not ruptured brain vessel, but a mental injury might be one of the reasons you have prolonged hiccups. Yes, hiccups that last more than a month, uh, or over a long period of time, or chronic hiccups, or we call persistent hiccups. Also, at the bottom here, it says, yes, of course, Chris Sands is another person. They did a BBC documentary about him, but he only hiccuped for 3 years. So he for sure was provable. I think Charles Osborne, they give him the Guinness Book of World Records, of course, and they think that he was provable. They're not sure. Let me see. So there are one, two, three, four, five reasons why. And remember, again, to stay to the end to find out the other reasons why. Uh, sorry, to find out how to fix your hiccups. So, of course, the first reason. So again, irritation of your diaphragm. If you remember from music class in junior high school, the singers, the music teachers used to always say, "Don't sing from your throat, sing from your diaphragm." It's your diaphragm. So it's the vagus and the phrenic nerves are irritated. Those two nerves irritate the diaphragm, and they can be irritated through several reasons. One, eating habits. If you eat too quickly, or if you eat stuff that is fried food is very popular in Japan where I live. And when I eat fried food, it irritates me and I start hiccuping. So I'll hiccup all the time. So I always need a glass of water in me. Again, I'll explain why. The glass of water is important. Eating habits, again, number one. Number two, temperature change. Yes, if there's a sudden quick temperature change from cold to hot or hot to cold, your body freaks out and your diaphragm, and it starts hiccuping again. And number three is, let me see, yes, carbonated beverages. For example, I don't hiccup as much because of this, but when I was young, I used to hiccup a lot because of this. I drink Coke almost every day. I'm from the South America, and Coke is probably my favorite beverage. So as you can see, I've almost finished this bottle. So carbonated beverages, of course, cause you to hiccup more to irritate your diaphragm, which means more hiccups. Of course, again, that's the vagus and phrenic nerves. Yes, so again, this is not carbonated. Carbonated would not help with your hiccups. This is pure water, H2O. And then, of course, emotions. I've seen this. It's never happened to me, but I've seen this with my students when they have a presentation, like today, this morning. My students had a presentation in my class. I also teach colleges, and in my university class, they had a presentation. And sometimes, not today, but sometimes the students they'll start hiccuping because they're nervous. And this happens with some people if they're nervous or if they're excited or if they're stressed out from anything. Of course, they'll start hiccuping. Like maybe if they're with a beautiful girl, like if they're asking out a beautiful girl or asking out a beautiful guy, like they might start hiccuping because they're so nervous. Their nerves again were irritating their diaphragm. And the fifth one, which I talked about earlier, relates. So again, the fourth one is emotions. The fifth one is, of course, relates to medical. which related to earlier Mr. Osborne, who injured his brain. They thought he popped his brain, so maybe that's what caused his 68-year hiccup. So there's several reasons. GERD, which is a gastrointestinal reflux disease. Most people call it acid reflux. So acid reflux disease, or your stomach wants it took in too much maybe, or too much acid, sometimes caused by carbonated drinks, but it wants to reflux. That also causes more hiccups, also strokes, also MS, multiple sclerosis, also a brain injury, like Mr. Osborne, things like that, and surgical. Sometimes when they're doing surgery near the area of your diaphragm, it might irritate it. Also, this surprised me, but anesthesia, general anesthesia, which is the medicine they put you under when you go to sleep during the surgery. So that anesthesia might affect your diaphragm, and some people come out of surgery and they're hiccuping all the time. Okay, so as I promised, so again, there's 5 reasons. One, eating habits. So watch your eating habits. Don't eat too fast, or don't eat food that doesn't agree with you. Like for me, fried food. Let's see, 2, temperature changes. 3, carbonated drinks. 4, emotions, and 5, medical issues. And so now, as I promised at the beginning, I'll teach you something. So in the comments below, you can write down if you have any ways to fix your hiccups. So in different countries, I've tried different ways. In America, I've tried lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of ways over the years, and some of them worked to some extent, but none of them worked 100% of the time until I came to Japan, and my wife's mother, my mother-in-law, taught my wife this, and she taught me this, that if you have a glass of water with you, you can fix your hiccups in just a few seconds, and it works 100% of the time with me and with my students. When I tell them in my classes, in my English school classes or in my university classes, I'll say, "Oh, you should drink some water and do this, and it'll fix it." And I've never seen it not fix somebody. It might be dependent on you. I don't know. So you can try it and see if it works with you. If it does work with you, you can put in the comments below. If it doesn't, you can give us another idea. But here's what you do: you take so I use this so you can see the water here. So you take some water, not cola. Sometimes my wife will get angry with me when I do it with cola. It's like, it's not carbonated drinks. It's not supposed to work. It does work 50% of the time with carbonated drinks, but it especially works with water. What you do is you take the water, you close your nose. So a lot of people, when they do hiccups, like in America, I learned you close your nose, you do like this, you breathe deeply, or all these different tricks. So what you do is you close your nose, uh, completely close with your fingers both ways, and then you take in the water and you take in 3 sips, just like so. Ooh, sorry. I was trying to make sound so you could see that I was swallowing. So I was swallowing those. So as you keep your nose closed and your mouth, as you drink the water and close your mouth, the water will somehow fix your hiccups. It will fix your diaphragm, I guess, fix that sensitivity. But again, I've seen it work 100% of the time in Japan with my students and me and my family. But how about you? Uh, Try it yourself and put down below, hey, it didn't work with me, but how about this? Or if it did work with you, yeah, thanks for the idea. Thanks for the tip, Kent. Okay, that's again, the question was, why do hiccups occur? Again, asked by Sena, my university student. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. And remember, you keep those questions coming. So any question you might have, put in the comments too. We'll love to answer them in future videos. See you. Take care.